Hey guys, this is this is what I call another failure video because something actually failed this time. Um, so um, so this is so so you're on and this is not clickbait. This actually has happened. Um, so you'll remember this modified Lasko tuned Pedestal fan that I built, right? Um, and it had the blade and it was basically two of my Lasko 16-inch pedestal fans, a black and a white one with the grill from my 18-inch Cyclone pedestal fan, and it had the blade of a Optimus 16-inch digital pedestal fan right there. That one's from 2006, and the blade is right here. So basically what happened was, um, so basically this fan, usually when I put this blade on here, it would usually form a tight grip onto the blade, and that's what causes it to spin. So this fan basically stops spinning. So like I said, when I put this blade on here, it starts spinning, and then the grip that goes on the blade to the shaft gets tighter. Well, over time, the grip for the blade between the blade and the shaft has been worn out, and the grip has gotten loose over time. As you can, and it's not just and so basically, so what that means is what that would mean is that the blades will not spin properly. So I'll just put it on here just to prove that it doesn't work. I've used both this fan and that fan. I'll demonstrate that fan too. So basically what you're seeing right now, I'm gonna go ahead and spin it before I test it. I'm just gonna spin it real quick. And you can see it's spinning the shaft very slowly, so therefore it's not completely on the shaft. You can kind of hear a scraping sound, and that's not good. So there's definitely something wrong here. I'm gonna go, and it's plugged in currently. I'll go ahead and turn it on just to prove to you guys that it doesn't work. Turning it on. I have to keep the blade in line too. You can hear it now. See that? And this is on high speed. This fan has literally failed me. Look at that. I'm gonna go and zoom it in a little bit. That's not how it should be now. I mean, look at this. Wow. That is so bad. Medium. Low. It only works if I shake the fan like this, because the friction. And then if I stop moving it, it'll just go back to being slow again. So, yeah. And that's not because the shaft hole is different. As you guys can see, it just slid right off. And that's because the grip on here is not, has gotten worn over time. And actually, this is a little bit, this is getting a little bit warm, so I will not be running it any longer. But apparently, it's stuck there. But apparently now, the white version that I've also made this with. It actually did have a tighter grip, and I almost, when I tried it out with this one, sometimes I wasn't even able to get the blade off, and I always felt like I was gonna break it, but the same thing happened with this one as well. Let me just go ahead and put this thing together, and I'll plug it in right now, just to prove that it doesn't work. So, basically, the same thing happened with this one. I'll just go ahead and plug it in, like I said, to prove to you guys that it hardly does anything when it's on. Just put the blade on here. Fair enough, it's not making any scraping noises. Actually, I think the shaft is also spinning. Yeah, the shaft is definitely spinning a lot freer this time. It's not like... Maybe I spoke too soon. So, let's... I'm just gonna go ahead and plug this one in. So it's not making any scraping noises right now. I'll go ahead and just plug it in just to prove that it doesn't work. This one has also been giving me a lot of trouble lately, and it's not worth really just making a third video on both of these anyway. So basically with this one also has been giving me issues. Let's go ahead and plug that one. Plug this one in now. And because, all right, I'll bring this one closer to the camera so it's easier to reach. So let's, all right. And just trust me that this one does not work. Whoops. That's not how it should be either. I could have sworn these fans were working a few months ago when I tried them both. If I stop this thing while it's running, you can hear the shaft is rotating. Whoa, whoa. What is it doing? Whoa. I think because it has enough friction, it still stays on there. Whoa, whoa. Medium, low. Yeah, and again, it just slid right off. Because like I said, the grip is not tight enough around the shaft. But however, there is a third fan that I'm trying this with, and it is the Lasko table fan that I have, and apparently it has not been giving me any issues whatsoever. I'll just go ahead and prove it right now that this fan this one is the one that hasn't been giving me any issues whatsoever. So I'll just go ahead and put it together. Go ahead and unplug that. And just put this on like that. Wait, hold on, there's a pillow in the way. Okay, let's try this again. All right, let's put this on here. And grab the fan blade. Now, just because the white pedestal fan doesn't make a scraping sound when it's turning freely and when it's not on, it still doesn't work. Yeah, I can feel this one's definitely tighter. Now, the reason why I did that was because it was just clinging onto the shaft. So now when I turn it on, there's nothing. Nothing, like no noise, and it's more silent. So we will go ahead and, right, here's high. Yeah, this one has been working out great. There's no noise on this thing anywhere. There's no noise on it. Medium. And yeah, this. So I wonder really. What has been causing all this crap? So, yeah, it's literally just a mystery on all of this, and it's really just making me really mad. These Pedestal fans were really cool to have in my collection, so I basically wondered now, what is it with these Pedestal fans? They literally have the same shaft as this thing does. So, what on earth is up with these things? Like, these fans, I'm assuming that's because this one has a smaller shaft length. I don't know, it's something, but. And if I just grab the blade, it's not immediately coming off. Oh, there we go. So I really do, it's really just a mystery now on why these fans haven't really, we're just, I mean, these fans were really cool to have in my collection, running it without the grill. Yeah. So, with that being said now, oh, this is on really tight now. Yeah, you can tell this one is much tighter. And that's what's causing this thing to spin properly. Yeah. I guess that's what we call another failure for these fans. Because what is really causing all this to happen, dude? I really am just really concerned about this. These fans were amazing. I'm assuming because because I've had these things for a while, they were definitely not worth the time at all to do all this. And just to be straight up, it's not worth the time, in my opinion. So that's it for this video. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next fan video. Peace.